go on to putting my face to a more reasonable size. And I think it's what I have to click on. Yeah. I haven't checked any. So we will go there unscripted. We will hope, like, if life is on our side, we will not get anything that is not PG-13. If it's the case, we're gonna have an approach to it that's gonna be still cool. And if I feel like it's going too deep into it, we're gonna get out. And basically, it's something that I would like to make more and more come onto the stream, like starting with a 15 to 30 minute of just talking about stuff that we get on the internet. And after that, like, it's gonna give us some icebreaker for the rest of the night. It makes sense for the people. So yeah, welcome in, John. And you also had a sub sandwich for dinner, so things are chill. Nice. So now you're able to see better. You were blind. What happened? Did you broke your glasses? Like frogs. With a P. H. Frog. Yeah, frog. Here. I love how this one sounds. Let's go and, like, we'll start by up. We'll go down slowly and we'll see what we go for. It's Am I the Asshole? Basically, those are going to be people that are, hey, thanks for the grandma self-care time, Twilly. Those are going to be a situation explained by one of the party where they say what happened and they ask if they are the asshole for the decision that they took or what they did. So here we have a for getting my interviewer fired. Just by reading that, you know it's going to be wrong. And we're going to try to keep the politic out of that, but we know how it ends, okay? Hi, female 27, went to a job interview for a potential job. I'm going to make that bigger. Like, it's going to be way more pleasant for you to read. For a potential job opportunity at this company. The interviewer, will call him Hetty, 30-ish, welcomed me in the office and had me to sit down. First thing he did was look at my CV, and then started asking me questions that seemed a little too personal and unrelated to the job. Like if I was in a relationship, whether my high color was real or just lenses. Also asked about how you spend your time alone. Okay, already there. There's nothing here that has anything to do with the job. Like legit personal question, unless like she was about to become, I guess, a mannequin or something like that. Like legit personal question. Don't know if he was testing how I react, but you kept it cool until he asked you the question of what was your greatest weakness, of what the greatest weakness was. Responded by saying keeping up with your inappropriate question and answering them politely. He looked at me upset when I told me I had an attitude. It was clear that the interview was over. He told me I didn't get the job, which I found unfair because I don't think I deserve to lose the job over what? Nothing. It's honestly, the answer here was a bit rude, but then I'm not in their shoes, so I cannot say like how the guy was wrong and how he was asking those questions. It was clear that you don't think you deserve to lose a job over what? Nothing. You got into an argument with him, then told him you are going to report him. She went to speak with the supervisor and filed a complaint against Eddie. The supervisor apologized to me and tried to reschedule a new interview, but I was hesitant about it. Later, I was told that Eddie got fired, which made me feel guilty. You don't have to feel guilty though. Like here's the thing. Let's the end. My mom and dad agreed that his questions were inappropriate, but said that I went too far by reporting him and having him fired. Eddie tried to contacting me via email saying that what I did could have been resolved between us, and even said he could have arranged a new interview but you ruined it for yourself and cost him his job. Okay, I think what do you mean? Okay, your low res can see now. Yes, bitch. So she's not the asshole. I think like nobody in the comment might say that she's the asshole. There is probably something worse in the question that he was asking that ended up making that answer by yourself. Like just that here felt kind of rude, but also like I would use sarcasm or like pretty harsh comment like this if I had to answer to someone that is asking me stupid question. But then like if he asks you what is your greatest weakness, we we're clearly are back into normal question for an interview. So it's kind of hard to say that it was deserved to answer like this, but I guess that like she just got fed up by the other one, and that would make sense for her to answer that. After that, like if the problematic was hard enough so that she had to report it and the guy loses job over that, I'm gonna say sorry, but if the guy loses job over her making a complaint against him, it is probably not the first complaint the guy got. So like it does not make her the asshole if the guy loses job. She does not have to care about that email. The guy is not in position of any way making anything worse to her from now on. He lost the job where I was able to interview her, and she's off the hook. And let's see what people are saying. But like quickly, we don't want to see the whole thing. Notify the company that AITA used your application info to contact. Yeah, true that. That's not bad. Yeah, that's problematic because like he read the curriculum. He knows all our information. He could be very much troublesome. Like I was like, no, there's he could not do anything else, but then he can know where she lives. I don't know about you guys, but like in Canada, when we drop a curriculum, most of the time there's our address on that, or at least a partial address saying like in what city or what corner of that city we do live. So this is risky. The fact that he was fired tells you that exactly this is the thing, Bat. So just the fact that you will not get fired because one person drop a complaint of that kind, but when 2 or 3 start doing it, like your boss is going to be like, okay, we can't help you anymore. Like you use those interview as a speed dating opportunity. It's not something that is acceptable. We're gonna have to let you go. Like the first time they will be like, ooh, there's something wrong here, but it may be false. Let's just like question that. But once a second or a third one comes, now you can say like out of real good doubt, this is probably happening somewhere. So yep. She's not the asshole. She just did exactly what she had to do. This was rude, not making you an asshole though, because it was triggered by something else. I don't know what we're supposed to do at that point. I think we're supposed to just upvote that. Like, she's not the asshole there. Not at all. Upvote means that you want to put that higher onto the list though. She did precisely what she had to do. Exactly, Hebda. Like in that situation, I have nothing to say against that. I'm kind of scared because it's a video. But we'll see. Maybe I have no. Oh no, it's Discovery Plus. It's promoted. We don't care about this one. Wow. Hi. Okay, it's because I was overing over its nickname. So, am I the asshole for telling my niece she isn't allowed in the pool? Wow, I just turned full machine. I'm sorry. Too much YouTube, okay? I'm babysitting my niece for the next 2 days. I'm getting in the pool, but they are not strong swimmer as they're just learned how last summer. Before they got in and went over the rule. You went over the rule. No running, no fighting, and only asking for help if you really need it. Oh my god, sorry. This implies that they are crying wolf, okay? You should know that they are 8 and 11, so they are capable of understanding about 30 minutes in. About 30 minutes to by. Okay, that was weirdly phrased, but I have hard time with words sometimes, so it's fine. The 80 years old starts screaming for help. It appears she's drowning. I freak out. You jump in to get her. Once you get her out, she starts laughing. Ugh. Okay. She was faking. I got upset and told her she can get out of the pool and she is not allowed back in for the rest of the day since she can't seem to follow rules. Her laughter quickly turns into tear. I don't give a damn. If you act stupid and you have a consequence for that, you can cry as much as you wish. It's just gonna fill the pool for later, okay? So screw this. My niece is extremely sensitive and hates getting in trouble, but it doesn't happen often. She hasn't stopped crying and it's been about 30 minutes. Let it go, let it go. Like, worst case scenario, we need some water in some country. It's gonna be like just adding some to it. It's perfect. She keeps asking to get back and saying it isn't fair. You explained that. Yeah, exactly. She gave the rule. The consequences were clear to some point. Like, she didn't say if you do that, there's gonna be that consequence, but it's a consequence that makes a lot of sense with what it is there. It may not be, here's the thing, it's not a consequence that the kid came with to compensate for like the hurt she did, but like the rule was clear, the consequence makes sense, even though it's like privatizing and not putting the kid into power to basically make a full understanding of what it comes with and finding a punishment that fits with the stupid thing that she had done. She's 8. At 8, kids are able to do that, so it's totally deserved. You're not the asshole for doing that. You're just like parenting decently, even though it's your niece. Like, if you have to watch over them for 2 days, you are in a parenting role for those 2 days for them. The parents are not there. Someone needs to be taking care of them and like take the responsibility for all of these things. So it's more than perfect. Nothing could have been better there. It's deserved. Not the asshole. This is no joke. Even if it's the best kid ever, she needs to exactly. Like, anyway, these kind of thing will happen in our future. She will go to school. Some teacher will say no for some stuff. She will have to listen to, and if she does not, she's gonna go to the principal office. She's gonna get like out of the class for a little while. She's gonna be a nuisance for herself and for the people around her. So it's perfect. It is perfect. She should not feel in any way the asshole for that. Like, she's just teaching her. At the moment, I have a 10 months old at home that when I say no turns to me and she's like, and like, it's just normal. A kid gotta learn when you tell no that you tell no eventually in their life, and this is when those kids are learning. Like, this is perfect. Next, for ruining your cousin's wedding by planning a trip at the same By the way, my point of view on that will probably be different than a lot of people, but you'll understand. I'll explain. Am I the asshole for ruining my cousin's wedding by planning a trip the same weekend after I refused to attend? Some good old family drama and I. 28 male, need a verdict. My cousin's Emily is getting married in a few months. Our family is a large American-Italian family. I've been dubbed the ringleader by my uncle's aunts because I'm the oldest. What is the ringleader? Is this like just the one making the rules? Most of my cousins are 18 to 28, and it's just the one that has to deal with the shit of the others. This is what I get. Being dubbed is just like being surnamed. And we are all really close. Beside Emily, we didn't have a ton in common, and she made zero effort to ever hang out with us. We always tried including her, but she just sat on her phone or read. We all played sports. She wasn't about that. It's all good. Like, basically he tells, I have nothing. An officer is going to ask her to do something, and if she, oh yeah, you mean for the kids of a minute ago, okay. My girlfriend Chloe and I have been together 5 years, so she is close to all my cousins. To save a long backstory, me and Chloe got close to Emily's husband. Emily's out of nowhere asked for a divorce, and within 2 weeks, he's moved in with another dude. Ugh. Okay, well, okay. That's gonna sound stupid, but most of the time when someone ends up with someone else in less than 2 weeks, it's because the relationship kind of started while the prior relationship was still going on, you know? We're at least friend, like not forcibly like going further, but at least friend. Obviously, it was the family gossip, but we were all told that family is first, so we need not to mention it. A few fudge that. Sorry. A few months later, we found out that the guy she was moved in with was married at the time. He left his wife and kids for Emily. It was a total shit show. Yeah, I feel that. Me and Chloe decided that we weren't about it, and so when the wedding invite came, we declined it. Defendable. My cousin reached out to us and said that they heard rumor my mom and I we're not going. They asked why. We told them I'm trying to read and deal with a cat. Okay. You believe the ringleader is the one who brings the ring? Oh, I don't think it's that. I think the ringleader... Is it that? Is it that? Like, I'm the ringleader when I make the rules for where people are fighting, no? That would make sense. Like, that would be a decent title for that. I'm the leader of the ring. We declined it. They asked why, and we told them that we just weren't about this wedding. Yep. At least it's honest. And that only people that support a wedding should attend. Absolutely. Unless you want to have some people saying like, who's against this wedding? And everybody's like, yeah, us. Our plan was getting out of town that weekend to Chloe's parents' beach house, which is fine. Chloe's best friend with two of my girl cousin. So there's the wedding. And then you love square. Okay, so ring bearer. Yeah, ring bearer would be the one that brings the ring. So ring leader is the one that is like putting the rules and make sure that the kids are not fighting too much. So basically, for now, it is that moment where your friends are planning a party, but nobody want to attend there because there's something bad happening. And then they come back and they decide that we like it's like if one of my friend, let's say people that I know is making a party and I decide I don't want to go there, and I decide I make a party the same exact day. So they are planning to go to the beach house, and they are calling for some of the cousins. Chloe's best friend with two of your... Slowly, all cousins started reaching out, saying they felt obligated to attend, but didn't want to go. Some were in the wedding, but didn't want to be. Most already took off work and wanted to come with us to Florida. I reached out to Emily's ex-husband and told him if he wanted to get out of town, he was welcome. Yeah, like, at that point, there is something in what they're doing that is a tiny bit of, like, it's a jerk move. But I will have a point of view on that will not be shared by everyone. I'm going to be honest. When the RSVP came back, no, the older generation flipped out. You started getting calls from uncle, aunt, grandparent. You know, all those people that are like, family goes first, no matter what. Oh, yeah. You hear that the uncle did some very weird thing with that person. Don't say that because family comes first. You know, that old generation that would just like, shut the fuck up about fudge. Sorry. This is why I did not want to do this too early when I was starting streaming, because I knew I would have too many emotion linked to that. But like, the kind of people that say family comes first no matter what, anyone in our generation felt obligated. We didn't force anyone not to go, just gave an open invite. This is the thing though, okay, if he was just going to the beach house, not inviting anyone, I would say he's not the asshole. He just decided that he had other values, and that sadly the situation happening in between her cousin and her new to-be husband was not good enough. Like, that did not felt right with its value, and that would have been fine. The fact that they went for an open invite for the people of its gen that were also invited to the thing is a bit of a douche move to my point of view. But what they did was basically just to give an option to all of those people that were sharing their feeling and were sharing their values. So how bad is it? It's very gray. I think there's some ass move that they did when they started inviting the other one and reaching out to some of them. But that part for now, you don't choose your family, and for that reason, like, to some point, if something that they do not fit your value at all, you should be allowed to just like take a step back and say, I'm gonna go find my own family, found it. And that can be friends, that can be people you met when you were in college, that can be actually your own partner, your baby. Not all of the, like, the concept of family is way more complicated than just say like anybody that shares blood with you is important for you. This is as simple as that. So I said, listen, you two, have a wonderful wedding. You just don't support it and think it's better that you're not there. Your mom and aunt, Emily's mom, showed up at my house and told me you're fracturing the family and ruining the wedding. You told them that we were never going to go in the first place. Eventually, you asked them to leave and haven't been fielded any more calls on it. All the cousins have already booked flights and a group chat has been made. You really don't see how... Okay, well, I think Emily / her fiance made their decision and we made ours. Here's the thing. People that are not okay with you, people that are not okay with them, are gonna consider that it's an ass move, okay? People that understand the concept of like not having the same value as other people or not considering in the same way will see it in another form. Like, personally, when I say that family come first, what I mean those to which I hold responsibility, my wife, my baby, they come first. After that, the people I call my friends. And after that, like, there's all the job, money, and stuff that you gotta do just so that those are going well. And after those three things, there's the rest of my family. I love them, but I don't have to always back them in all their decisions. They do something I do not appreciate, I'm gonna be the first one saying I don't appreciate that. And like here, this is maybe someone that did not came sufficiently clean about his point of view on this of the situation about its cousin. And since he was not okay with that, he just decided he would not come. The whole party thing is the only place where I think he would be an asshole. So on my side, he's a little less an asshole than he is not an asshole. So basically, I would say like if we had to scale that on 10 as you're doing at the moment, 4 on 10 asshole. You know, it's just take off the party thing. Take up the fact that you invited all your cousin of the same generation. No, he did not invite them, but like all of them invited themselves to the beach house so that they could have like something else to do than the wedding. And he's not the asshole at all. He just like, he just told, I have my value. This does not fit. I'm going to do something else. The party thing that got organized by his wife makes it a tiny weeny bit wrong. Out of that, everything's fine. And also, like he just said early in the thing, he does not care about that cousin. The cousin is not bad. It's just they do not fit together well. So pretty fine. And I'm pretty sure, like, if we go in the first few one, he says like not an asshole at all. I'm not I don't agree for the not at all. There's a little part where it's not an asshole, but there's the party thing and the fact that you invite everyone that makes it wrong. Like, if that was your decision, that's fine. You don't have to bring anyone into your decision as well. Funny. Sorry. That sounds stupid, but yeah. Some point, I don't know if my mom is still talking with any of the exes of me or one of my siblings. I can think about one of my ex with which my mom would still like hold maybe a conversation with once in a while because they had a few things in common. But out of her, I don't think so. The party bit is the part yeah, exactly. This is just the party bit. Like, it's not an asshole. It's just good. Not perfect, but good. Let's get back onto it. I say we do 1 or 2 more, depending on how long they are, for reporting your son's therapist for giving your ex-husband information about the session. I already hate this because it's clearly going to be a war in between like 2 parents, and we're going to have only the POV of one of the 2 parents on the situation. Because like, guys, once couple are separated, it is I'm going for this one. Oh, I'm going for this one because, like, look at this thing. This is perfect for a teacher to give its own point of view of the thing. Am I the asshole for refusing to let my daughter do an after-school detention and threatening to pick her up? I will read. But unless the detention is undeserved, like hardly undeserved, yes. Okay. Your daughter Amanda has a cerebral palsy. She is able to walk independently but cannot walk for a long period of time and cannot walk on anything other than even ground without assistance. An example, stairs, have to have a rail. Can't walk on rocks, sand, etc. She had an IEP for this. That states what... Okay, basically she has the paper that takes her out of physical education and excursion and thing that she would not be able to do. So that's fine. Like, worst case scenario, your child has some specific needs. You took the time to get the right paper for this. It's relevant to note that Amanda catches the bus home, but can only catch a specific route, as the other route the school offer drops her off at a road about a mile away that has no footpath. So no, you don't want her to be straight into the street. You have to make something. You got a call at work from 11 a.m. today telling me that Amanda had spoken quite rudely to a substitute physical education teacher who tried to make her climb a rock wall that... Yeah, okay, I know where this is going. Apparently Amanda did say, I can't, I have cerebral palsy and I have an IEP. But when another child say, yes, same here, the teacher didn't believe her and became insistent. Okay. First off, that other child is the cause of this shit. So quite rudely seems relative. Yeah, but like if a student tells to a teacher to F off, it's gonna sound sad, but it's quite rudely. Okay, we will at least agree on the fact that the quite rudely was the right word here. Okay. You finally have internet. Welcome back, Lou. What happened to your internet? Did it die? Because like is it because of the title? We started the night listening to Welcome to the Internet by Bo Burnham. Wonderful song. The principal told me, okay, sorry, it is in the handbook that this type of offense is a same day after school detention. Fine, okay. But when a principal called me, you said absolutely not. I told them that they were welcome to do a week's worth of lunch detention or even schedule it so that you can change your work schedule. Okay, good. But absolutely not this afternoon. Your husband is away for work. You have to work until 6 p.m. and you need Amanda to be on a regular bus because you have nobody who can drop her off at home at 4:30 when detention finishes. They told you about the late bus, but you reminded them that Amanda couldn't take that bus. Okay, good. Isn't your average kid refusing to do something being rude and deserving a long walk home as well as a detention? This is a kid that could be seriously armed if she made to walk that far and on that road. That's fine. You didn't have any password for your landlord changed your internet provider from Bell to Videotron. Okay, so you basically share the same internet as Are you like in a shared internet, like in an apartment with a shared internet block, or is it just like bachelor? You're in a bachelor and then like your landlord changed the internet and did not give you the code yet. Welcome to the internet then, Lou. It's the last time I actually lacked internet, I understood how much time we have when we don't have internet. And the answer is way too much. Okay. So she refused. The principal told you that she was making excuses and that Amanda needed to face consequence and didn't technically need to give permission. It's the thing though. Like, okay. How to say? No, she's not. Okay, it's one of those rare cases when I will say that she's not the asshole. Though honestly, saying to a teacher to F off was not the answer. If she really is in that kind of situation in her life, there is also someone. They are all gonna say that she's not an asshole. Okay, and here's the thing: if she really is in that kind of situation, the kid, there is someone in the school that is going to be, you did a monsoon run with your Merc to unlock back the skin you had. Ooh, so better colors. And if she is really in that situation, she has an adult inside the school that is a like someone of confidence that she could go to and just say like, we have a problem at the moment. The substitute teacher does not want to trust me that I cannot do these activities. Could you please come and help me tell him the information? Telling the teacher to F off was not the right way to go here. And we'll go for a last one and then we're going back to Dark Soul. It may not be in Canada. Even if it's in the US, like, please guys tell me, do you have how do we call that, special head teacher, or like these kind of teacher that are very much into, maybe not teacher, maybe just a specialist that are in your school and there to support your student with disability or your student with anxiety or your student with like on the autism spectrum. Like in Canada we have all of those. It's something that is extremely normal to have in our classes when we have special student. Will I be the asshole if I reported your coworker to HR for asking to touch your hair after you repeatedly told her no? Okay, let's go. You sure there is in private school? You're in Texas, so tell me that. Is that something normal where you live? Or is it something totally abnormal? And that's our last one before we move to something else. So, for context, 2020 male have been growing out your afro for the past 7 months. This is, I already know where this is going. You're not gonna be the asshole. I would probably, oh man. I would probably be so loud about being harassed by a colleague to make sure that all my other colleagues know that I made my point. And then if someone starts back again, like, she has no argument. So and extremely uncomfortable with people touching your hair in general. Like, it's not abnormal to have the need of a safe space, like a just your bubble. We in North America at the very least, because I know there's some country where it's pretty much more normal to be like more crammed together. Like think about the metro in or the bus in Japan. So in the US, people have a personal space where basically like you cannot go inside that AOE around me like, let's say, that AoE around me, you know? If I don't know you, you're not supposed to be able to smell my deodorant. If you are able to do so, even when I'm clean, you are passing some boundaries. I'm gonna have to make space. I know it's not that I don't like people. I do hugs to some people in my life, but like, unless we have something special. So that's for the answer, by the way, Bat. AoE, yeah, exactly. Okay, no, I think AoE is the right thing, because like, I'm gonna swing my arms, and if I hit you with my AoE, you're in my bubble. So if you want to get into that AoE, you have to fair you have to be someone that I appreciate, or at the very least someone that I have to keep close to me, like one of the two. Or we are in a situation where I'm okay having a lower personal bubble, you know. Given an example, and I know that's probably gonna be the first thing that comes into mind when we think about lowering the size of our personal space. If I have to go into an elevator in a like during rush hours, well, I plan on having less personal space inside that elevator. It's fine. It's gonna last a few seconds, top 1 minute, and then I'm back to my normal life. If I am waiting in line to go to the cashier, I expect you to be at least 30 centimeters away from me. Same thing behind me. Personally, if it was only by my standards, because I still wear my mask when I go shopping, and even though it's not obligatory anymore, I would like to keep that 3 to 6 foot, you know. But if you're into 30, 60 centimeter, it's gonna be fine. I'm not gonna punch you. Okay, if you get like too close and you're not less than 3 foot tall, you're in my AoE. Okay. Clearly we know where this is going. His coworker, 36 female, for the past month has been asking to play with your hair non-stop, making comments like, it's so fluffy, I want to play with it. Every time I tell her no, which is met with a why or okay. I explained to her that I don't like my hair being touched by people being in my personal space, to which she'll nod and say okay, but come the next day and ask again. How to say? There is something missing to be able to understand if that would make him the asshole, and it is how he feels linked to that. Like, we understand that he says he does not like it, but he doesn't say if he feels threatened. He does not say if he feels harassed yet. So let's keep on reading. There's been a couple incidents which you really why your words are hard. Why he's pushing for just telling HR. He texted my dad telling him to tell me to let which led to him calling me and telling me just to let her touch it. Your dad and I work for the same company. Without asking me, came up and touched my hair while I was waiting for my shift to end. You work graveyard, she works morning shift. So basically she's starting work, he works during the night. Most recently, she asked to touch my hair, to which I replied no, and under her breath, she called him an asshole for saying no. Guys, if you want to know if this is wrong, just swap the gender of both of them. And if in your head you're like, this is harassment, this is unacceptable, well, no matter what is the gender of the two members of the situation, it's still his harassment and it is still unacceptable. So like, some people might say that like, it's fine because she wants to touch her hair, he should be so glad that she... It's not true. Like, harassment can go both sides. So if it feels wrong when you swap their gender in your head, it should feel wrong for you when you're not. And you try to avoid confrontation as best as you can, and you cannot think of anything other than go into HR. I don't don't want your coworker to see you as an ass, but all of them just laugh and tell me to get over it. So yeah, here's the thing. In most situation, going to HR is honestly gonna work against you. This one, I can't say how it could go against him. Sorry, it seems silly because it's about hair, but you finally get the chance to grow it out since you no longer live with your mom and who had an issue with you growing it. Fine. Oh my god, I didn't expect this to blow up as big as it did. Thank you for all your comment and support. You will be emailing it's the thing, like, at first I would say have a conversation with her, but the thing is he already had that conversation. Like it says here, she's asked why, he explained her that it's his personal space. She nodded, she said okay, so that conversation already happened at least twice. You feel me, you have scotopic syndrome, so reading give you headache for after a while. I don't have this one though. It was not, my word are hard was basically because it was weirdly written. So at this point, it is super sad, but HR might be called. Just remember though, HR is something risky to deal with because at the moment, this is not his boss. So, or it's fine. He can go and talk to HR. It's another employee that has probably a similar role to his in the company, but on another shift. So for that reason, HR can be added into the equation. But if you have a problem with one of your supervisors, someone that is above you in the line of control, HR does not work for you. HR works for your company. So in that situation, HR is fine because HR has to optimize the whole environment around you so that you can work better and everything could be better for you, for your employee, for your job, everything around you, and for your employers. Like the first person that they have to please is your employer. So HR is working for the employer. If you have a problem with someone that is above you in the line of command, HR might go against you. You might want to go and try to reach for a outside of company mediator, just because at the very least that other person is a tierce, so he will not stop being paid if you end up like confronting your own boss. Personally, instead of going to HR when I have problem with a boss, I usually go with the boss that is above him and try to make a good case of what's happening ahead of time. And like, I got rid of 2 bad bosses in my life by using this tactic, but it's gonna be like, it's gonna be your, unless you bring proof, unless you bring something really solid, don't make it hand as a your voice against his or your voice against hers, because there's a reason why that person is higher than you in the company. She has a longer background of a relationship with the human that is above her or above him. And unless you have like that capacity to outplay her on a social standpoint, don't go that way. Yeah, it's picky, but in that situation, there's absolutely no risk. Everybody's like, no, you're not the asshole. Everybody will just say, go, tell it to, yeah, like they basically like give him the word that he should go for because it's not acceptable. And the dad is stupid. Okay, here's the thing. The dad had another point of view of the situation. I don't think the dad is an asshole in that situation. I know what he did was not cool. But there's more than one way of going around the problematic. And for him, maybe the dad was not in the situation of him. Maybe he's not uncomfortable by being touched, and for that reason he's just like, yeah, it's easier to just say yes and go to the next thing. So I don't think the dad was badly intentioned when he gave him, like when he told him just let her do and screw this. But yeah, that's just stupid. Like, he does not get the whole context that he explained just before. Hey,